Protect what I'm investing on. Her ring was off, her dress was on. She do it till the rest is gone. Then she made a mess all on the bed that I was resting on. Rub me till the stress is gone. Smoke it till the press is gone. They put me in the center. I'm the one that they investing on. Pull up on your block and I spin it and spin it and spin it again till I empty it. Spitting on niggas, they mad and they envy it. Plus y'all niggas got hoes I already hit. Copy my flow, I invented it. Stacking my dough, I ain't spending it. Stacking it. My thing on a nigga,
What up, everybody? What up, Mike? We are episode 125 of the two Dum Yinzers. We are 1/4 of the way to 500.
1/4 of the way. I love the way you do the math. Because that is a lot of math. That's a lot of numbers for me.
Hey.
And we know my math skills are not the greatest.
That's true. We do know that. Mike actually has terrible math skills.
I do. Thank you, East Liverpool school system. You failed. You failed another one. But somehow I passed, you know. Yeah, I think like it's like the older I get, the worse I get with math. And it was like the easier the math, the worse I am with it. The more complex it gets, the better I am.
Yeah, you hear that. You know, you hear people say that sometimes.
Like addition, subtraction, multiplication. No. You give me algebra, a little bit of calculus that my brother taught me. I was able to do that. It's that basic stuff blew my mind.
Did you and you said when you was in school you did okay?
Yeah, like I failed algebra the first time around. Second time around I knocked it out of the park. Geometry was a struggle, but I got C's all the way through that. And then algebra 2, man, I was like a gangster at algebra 2. I was like straight B's the entire time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, then I went to college, took the entrance exam, just kind of willy-nilly my way through math. But then I had to take like all the math classes because they're like, no, you suck at math. But then I took the classes and I did so well in it. Now I can't do anything. I can't count, can't multiply, divide, subtract, add. It's a struggle.
Yes, absolutely. What do you got going on there today? It looks like you're in the waiting room.
It's a casting couch. You know, I'm working on the Onlyfans thing here. This gentleman said, come on down. We'll do a couple of interviews. We'll see how stuff goes. I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, you're nasty.
I'm kind of nervous. He didn't look that reputable. But, you know, I'm willing to take a chance. Get my name out there.
Did he have the chest hair poofing out the top, the gold chain?
He does, yeah. I told him, you know, I got something important to film right now. And he said, oh, that's perfect. You're comfortable on camera. He offered me, you know, he said I'm going to get some good placements. So we'll see how this goes.
All right.
Yeah.
What's his name?
His name's Ron.
Oh, hell no.
So we will get back to
Ron Long Johnson.
Huh?
Ron Long Johnson.
Ron Long Johnson.
Yeah.
We will get back to the OnlyFans. That there's plenty of things we got to talk about as far as the OnlyFans page goes. A few things I do want to talk about, Mike. Did you catch this? Did you catch this women's football league? Like the Pittsburgh Passion, the girls.
Yeah.
Well, they had put the All-Stars all together and went overseas to play a championship, a worldwide.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they beat Germany like 62-0. They won. It was a 3-game thing. I don't know how many teams were involved, but they had played 3 games and was able to win the gold.
Yeah.
The Team USA. I tell you what, this is something that I could get behind. I love football. I mean, you know, girls are okay. So, I mean, you throw the two together, how bad can it be?
Yeah.
And you know we're fans of the lingerie league and things like that. So, I mean, I honestly think it's pretty cool because, like I said, I follow the Passion throughout the year. So, I mean, I get to keep up with it. Just I see stuff on my social media. So, you get to see a couple of the girls that was from the Passion and a couple of girls from this team. And they went over. And I think that American football would be a good sport to play worldwide, you know, not only just the girls, not only just whatever, but I think it would be something neat to see on a level of guys as, the top players. And even if not the top players from the NFL, it could be guys from the XFL, things like that. I'd like to see how they would play in a situation where, you're playing the rest of the world. We should be good in theory. I mean,
well, we would dominate everyone just because no one else really has leagues like that.
right.
Because that, worldwide, it's the most popular sports are, you look at it, it's football, soccer, we call it in America, rugby, and like cricket are the big sports. And like, these dudes who are playing football, soccer, they're making more money than anyone in the NFL. So I don't think it would, like, athletes over there would flock towards football. And you got to think, like, not many Europeans are built like, our corn-fed dudes out in the Midwest.
You're right.
So I don't think they'd have a good offensive line or a defensive line.
I mean, they like American
They
football.
like,
We
yeah.
go overseas, we play some games. We had the NFL Europe for years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no stranger to the people
Yeah.
in Europe, especially. I would like to see, just some of these top athletes from, like these African guys that are just like crazy physical, specimens, and, people from just other parts of the world that and you hear these reputations. I would love to see these guys that kick these soccer balls for a living, I would like it. I think,
the only, like, I would like it too. It would be cool because, American footballs, like you said, it, like, these other countries, they'll watch it like when we go over there, but it's not ingrained in their society.
Right.
And
neither is the garbage that we play whenever we go to play them. And
like when we try to play soccer, it's we're, it's not.
And it's funny because
we're not sending our best. Yeah,
we can stay competitive in those sports that we're not really into here.
Yeah, like on the women's side, like, we tend to dominate because, like, our top women, they have, if they're the top soccer player, they're only going to play soccer. The top basketball player, they're going to play basketball. Whereas, like, in the men's leagues, male athletes, if you're the top of whatever, you have your choice to go play whatever. And most top athletes in America are going to go play football, baseball, basketball.
Yeah.
So we're sending, like, our lower tier athletes when we go play soccer. Whereas Europe, South America, like the rest of the world, they're sending their top tier athletes.
Right.
So it would be like the rest of the world sending our soccer team to play our football teams.
Yeah.
Which I would be okay with that, man. That's a win-win for the home team.
I just think it would be cool. I'd like to see,
I think it would be fun.
I'd like to see people from all around the globe.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, just these really tall African guys that run through the jungles and are just because they do nothing besides
Africa has, like, big metropolitan cities.
That isn't who I want to see, Mike. I want to see the big tall guys that are just physical specimens.
Like that versus our swamp people.
Hold on. That doesn't even realize that there's anything outside of the physical world, who, they work all the time. They're constantly, these are the specimens I want to see. And I want to see that from all around the world. I want to see the freaks in nature from every country, because I do like the freaks in sports. I like the Gronks. I like the guys that are just freaks in nature. So I would like to see these freaks from just other parts of the world that would probably do amazing things that they don't even realize, because they don't even know that, that football is really even a thing over here.
I would love to see, like, the rugby players come over and suit up against the American players.
Yeah.
Settle that debate once and for all. Like, who's the tougher? Like, well, they'll send their best to play American football, then we'll send our best to play, rugby with no padding on. Because I'd love to see, like, Aaron Donald run around a rugby field.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just so much of it. It's a different beast. You know what I mean? It's hard to say.
I think that would be fun to watch.
There's so much discipline, so many little strategic things that goes into American football. And don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on soccer by any means. But like I said, it's just two totally different beasts. You know what I mean? Like, they would really have to learn the rules. I mean, there's it can come down to an inch in a game of football, and it's different for the game. Where soccer, it's just, it's like I said, as far as I know,
it's more, like soccer, there's a lot of strategy, a lot of, like, more or less like chess playing, feeling each other out, and it's constantly moving. So that's, like, the big thing. Like, when the US started going over to play football over there, people would be like, why are they stopping to talk about the game? Why aren't they playing the game? That was like the big culture shock, because shock because soccer, it's free flowing and instructions are just being yelled in onto the field from the coach, players relaying it. So it's like you said, it's
I
two
remember
totally
that.
different beasts.
I remember that being a kid going to a Steeler game and wondering the same thing. You go and you watch it on TV, and
Yeah.
as a younger person, especially, you have this idea of what's going to go on and what it's like. And then you get there, and 5 minutes into the game, everybody stops and they're just standing around talking, and the referee is just talking, and you're wondering what the hell's going on. But that's so true. The TV really cleans that up when you're watching.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I remember, God, it was like a couple years ago. Some old curmudgeon was complaining about how in football they don't show the huddles. Like, my kids don't know what a huddle is. Like, who cares? No one wants to watch everyone stand around, call the play. No, show me replays. Show me out of town scores and highlights. I love, like, football live. It's cool for the atmosphere to be in that situation.
Absolutely.
But to actually sit there and go to watch the game, it's boring as all get out. Let me stay at home. Like you said, they clean it up.
They'll put their earphones in while they're watching the game. That way you could have that same experience as if you were watching it from home. So we will do that. We will keep up on that, Mike, because if we go to the Steeler game anytime, any Steeler games, you got to make sure to take your earplugs with you.
Oh, I'll be calling the game right there. I'm gonna crash the booth with me and who's in the booth now? It's still Hillgrove. It's no longer Tunch. He tragically passed away last year. Craig Wolfley, yeah. I'll call the game with Wolf.
That would be the one thing that I would think would be the worse than sitting beside you at a football game.
Is me calling the game?
Is you sitting there calling the game with your earplugs? I'm sorry, with your earbuds in, and I would probably just kill you. I just would kill you.
Oh, that's all right. I think I would do great. I'll be like, who's this guy? Who is he? I can't see. I need my binoculars. This is easier. Like, give me the TV and let me just repeat what they're saying.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like.
I don't want to sit there with earbuds, and I don't know. I like the experience. I like the environment. I like the guys next to me that don't know what they're talking about. I like the people behind me who's drunk. The people in front of me who keep standing up, getting in my way. It all comes with being down there. Comes with being downtown. It comes with I enjoy that. So, like I said, you're not gonna catch me with any earbuds in my ears.
What are they doing throwing the ball? They need to run the ball up the middle. And as you know, the Steelers are like airing it out, scoring 40 points. You got the guys screaming they need to run the ball. Or if they're running all over, you got the guy screaming, oh, they need to throw the ball. Get modern. It's like, those fans drive me crazy. But they're also entertaining because they're so fun.
This one time I was at a game, man, and I was in the third seat in from the aisle, and there was two guys, and they were drinking to the left of me, right by the aisle, and it was a Steelers-Bengals game. This girl, she comes walking up the steps, in the bleachers there, in the stands, and the one guy, and like I said, they were drunk, they were just having a time of their lives, and I recall the one guy going, are you a nice kitty? He said to that chick, he had a Bengals shirt on. And she lifted her jersey up to where she had just like her tank top on. And he reached out and he fucking honked her titty. And it was cool. She like I said, she like literally pulled up her, he honked her titty. She went on her way. He went, and went crazy.
He's probably living on that story for the rest of his life now.
Absolutely. I'm living on that story the rest of my life.
And you just witnessed it. Like, the football fans, man, they're a different breed when they're at the stadium. Like, I've been to like baseball, football, hockey games, basketball. There's nothing. I don't know what it is with football crowds, why they are that crazy. Is it because it's only one day a week?
It's like,
because it's like that. It's like that in every team. It's like every team is like that.
You get away from your wife. You're allowed to be with your friends. You're allowed to drink alcohol. You're allowed to yell and scream. It is. It's almost like a release, I think, for men.
But even like the women, dude. We saw videos like last year. We talked about stuff like crazy female fans that were attacking male fans and causing fights in the stands. We saw it like in college football. It's It's everyone. It's nuts. Like if you go to like the Lincoln down in Philly fans, man, everyone's in MF and everyone. They're yelling at little kids.
I know people were idiots altogether.
It's just great in like a people watching environment. That's why I don't go to the stadiums anymore.
Right.
Then you got like, fans out in Oakland and San Francisco. They're stabbing each other and shit. Cowboys fans knocking out Eagles fans.
I'm going to be honest. I wish it would have just stayed within the stadium. I see around me that the world's just going fucking nuts. Everybody's out of their fucking mind. I seen the other day, I don't have it in front of me, which is crazy because I usually do. Somebody got shot in the neck over a hash brown at McDonald's or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing. There's nothing that'll surprise you anymore. There really isn't.
And it all really I'm blaming the Raiders because it all started for me like at the black hole. That's where for me, I started noticing all the crazy stuff back in the 90s with the black hole, the Raiders fans, then the dog pound.
Yeah. You remember whenever the dog pound closed down, the original one when they sold the team?
Yeah.
And what it might have been before they sold the team. It was like their last game or something up there, and the fans were ripping the bleachers out of the they were throwing them on the field at the players.
Yeah. That's why Cleveland doesn't deserve a nice team.
I appreciate that kind of shit. I don't know.
Like
it's almost like the kids that ran up on the other team's school bus in high school and started shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's out there. It's wild. I dig the craziness that comes with football. However, like I said, things are kind of starting to get a little too crazy in the world. But
I remember the Browns, man. The one year it was them and the Steelers were playing, and they were just throwing beer cans and bottles on the field.
Yeah,
and the refs were like, "You keep doing this, you're gonna get, we're gonna." Yes, my kid's playing Snapchat. And then like the refs were like, if you keep throwing debris onto the field, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Browns. And they kept chucking shit down on the field.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, personal foul against or delay a game or whatever against the Browns. And the players like, what the hell are you idiots doing? That caused them to throw more stuff. I loved it.
I don't remember if it was in Philadelphia or it was in New York, but there was a game. It was a really popular game back in the day where San Diego was in town playing one of those two teams. And fans just started, chucking snowballs at them. And the referees pulled the players off the field and said, you know what, this is dangerous. And basically the same thing. If you keep continuing to do this, we're gonna penalize your team. But like I said, I don't mind the sporadic craziness. I like a story like that every once in a while. The same as the way I like a good car wreck and race car, NASCAR every once in a while. Not a huge fan, but if I see a wreck, I will stop and watch. So I do appreciate those kind of moments in sports.
Yeah, they're like, when fans go crazy and, like they defy the refs and they penalize their own team. I love that. Like you're saying, it's just that craziness.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it. And it's like when the Eagles were throwing snowballs at Santa Claus.
Yeah. See, I would rather have this than to be that constant buzzing crowd that they have in soccer. What is that beehive sound?
It's just a lot of it is just the fans because they chant and sing the whole time. They're chanting and singing back and forth. They're just going crazy. They got those for a while there. People would bring those. Oh God, where did they call them? Those big horns of Vihuelas or Voluvas or Volvas. They would sit there and go, whoa, and that's all you would hear. And I love it. The drone of the stadium. It's like you're there. You don't get that a lot with American football because they kind of tone out the field noise unless they need it for like to set the stage for a moment.
But that drives me nuts. If I do stop and put on soccer for any amount of time, that's the one thing that I notice immediately.
Yeah.
And it doesn't fucking stop. I don't know.
It's for like they because you can't. I think a lot of those stadiums overseas, like you can't drink once you're in, so everyone gets more liquored up than we do here pregame.
Yeah.
And my coffee cup turn up on the screen in the background, but yeah, they get all liquored up and they go in and they just party and sing and chant the whole time. Chant back and forth, heckle the players through song and chants. It's a great atmosphere.
So I do. I mean, I do appreciate that. Like I said, I have the love for that kind of thing here with our game and our sports. But like I said, it's just that the one thing that really draws my interest is that buzzing, that constant buzz. That would make me fucking mental, man.
Yeah, like when they introduced those, I forget what World Cup it was. It was just non-stop for like 8 years of just non-stop. Yeah, it was god awful, but yeah, it was great at the same time.
Now wait a minute, you said that guy. What's the guy's name that's coming to your casting call? Richard?
Ron Long Johnson.
And who is he there to perform with you?
He's here to like interview me, and help me out and stuff. Try to get me exposure.
Okay, on the couch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see how he wants to see how well I do on their camera instead of my camera.
All right.
Yeah. Well, he said he has contacts.
He's pulling his cock out.
What? What was that? What? Nah, it's not gonna be like that. It's all above board, man. He seems like a nice guy. He's kind of just like a smooth talker,
Is he a muscular guy, Mike?
No, not really. Just like just an average looking guy. Like you said, they had a little chest hair popping out, some gold chains, some nice rings. Like I said, he's a real slick talker though, man.
Yeah.
Everything he says sounds great and good. So I think we're all on the up and up. He has to see my ID a couple times, so I don't know what that was for.
Too good to be true, huh?
See, I think everything's above board, and we're gonna be good to go.
Now, what does your girlfriend think of this? Has she signed off on your little interview?
She doesn't know about the interview. She knows about the Onlyfans.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't know about the interview yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Ron said, Long John said I don't have to worry about telling anyone about it. I had to sign like a couple like NDAs for like after I'm done here, I can't talk about what happens afterwards.
Right.
But apparently that's like standard procedure for the business.
Yeah, that and being a spy.
Well, yeah, but he said it is kind of like being a spy. It's dangerous, exciting. You never know what's going to happen. He said like being a spy, you get caught up into it. And you just got to go with the flow, and I don't know why he has to look at my legs where we're only taking feet pics. I don't know what it was. I don't know why I had to like turn around a couple times. I had to pick some stuff up off the floor for him, move some furniture. I thought he would hire movers for stuff like that, but he's like saw me. Hey man, you're a big guy. You can help out. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm flexible. I can help out with anything.
This is why I can't really put my guards down with you, because whenever you have no supervision, these are the kind of things you get into.
What are you trying to say? Yeah, I'm just here to do some feet pics. Are you saying this is not above board? He's
pulling his cock out.
I'm having trouble hearing you. I just don't know what you're trying to say, but Ron over here, he's just kind of like dismissing you, and I'm kind of going with him.
I mean, today's Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And you already got fucking Dick Rambone up in your fucking office trying to, give you tryouts. And yesterday, the first day of the week, you was pulling your titty out on air.
Well,
so I'm just wondering what happened. What the fuck happened to you?
What? I'm just here for a nice little interview. He's going to get me on camera to see how I work, and maybe get me into acting someday.
I can see you in acting.
Yeah, and look, he said it's not going to be nothing bad. Just am I comfortable? Just working without my shirt on. I'm like, a little hot. I don't mind. I'll take my shirt off. He said like, how do I feel about wearing a Speedo? I was like, it's not my thing.
I swear to God, if I have to see her nipple one more time.
I'm not. He says I'm not allowed to do that for you anymore.
You don't, yeah.
Because I signed he gave me some papers I had to sign, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm not allowed to share with you anymore, he said.
Speaking of football, Mike, Bengals are going to wear their white uniforms, their new white helmets on the home opener against the Steelers in September.
So isn't that kind of like surrendering? Like when you wear white?
Well, I just think of it this way. I mean, one of a few things could happen. And if we just go in there and upset them, that would throw these fans off so much because they just love these uniforms, love these helmets. They're going to come out. They just came out of the Super Bowl. They're going to have these new uniforms. Mm-hmm. And if the Steelers would come into their backyard and beat them, and I shudder to say to dominate, which I don't think that's going to happen, but let's just say we go into their stadium and embarrass them. How can you get over that? That's almost like somebody doing something to the terrible towel and then things going well for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a sense. Let me wipe my ass with the terrible towel, and then I'm going to come into your building and beat you by 30, which is, I think Tom Brady did that. But I just think it would be great if we could go into Cincinnati on September 11th and just upset this team. And that way, that's always going to be in the back of their mind, these stupid uniforms, these stupid uniforms. Like we beat them, and then they come back like a month later and wear them against somebody else, and they lose it again, like on a weird play.
Yeah.
That to me would be the best case scenario with these stupid uniforms that I keep hearing about.
I concur. I'd like to see us go in. If they're going to wear their all whites, we might as well just go. We're going to have to wear our black jerseys. We're going to look sleek. We're going to look good because I think those are the better jerseys than the white jerseys that we have. And if we go in there, we're dominate them, looking the way we do, looking physical and badass, because you don't look intimidating in all white.
No.
Or even with the white helmet, or if you have your whatever jersey color you have on, you don't look intimidating. And the Steelers, when they got the black jerseys on and stuff, they look intimidating.
You're right.
And I just love this, like you said, I'd love to see us go in there and just dominate them. I want all their white helmets scuffed up with Steeler marks from where we're just, dominate in the trenches.
On my Facebook feed, I all of a sudden have a whole bunch of Jets stuff. Have we talked about the Jets? I think with the exception of the Zach Wilson story a few weeks ago.
That was the last time we talked about him.
Dude, I go down my feed and it's every so often, man, it's Jets football, inside Jets. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
Well, have you met yourself? That's why you deserve it. But I don't know. It's like on Twitter, man, I'll end up with like all this like St. Louis Rams stuff out of the blue.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, why? Yeah, exactly. Aliens. It's aliens. Woo woo.
More sports news. Serena Williams to retire finally. I thought she was already retired, but she came back and lost that match last month or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's about time, man. I mean, these chicks have been around. They won a lot of tennis matches. They dominated a lot of tennis matches.
Yeah. She's the greatest women's tennis player of all time. So
hang it up. Enjoy your life a little bit. Let people celebrate you. Let people remember you for the way you are. Don't go out there and keep losing to these, 90-pound Swedish girls because that might tarnish how people remember you.
Yeah.
So I say take it away. Head off into the, what do they say,
right off into the sunset.
Into the sunset. There you go, Serena.
And she dominated her sport like no one really else has dominated their sport in a long time.
Absolutely, man.
And she's fucking badass. Like, I wouldn't want to take a serve from her. She was like serving fucking heaters, baby.
Yeah.
Heaters.
Pirates lose to Arizona.
Boo. Sounds about right for the battling Buccos, We don't have to talk about them anymore. We can move on from them because
Steelers
F.
play Saturday.
Yes.
Steelers host the Seattle Seahawks. Now it's hard, for one. I mean, obviously it's a preseason game. You're not going to see much of Seattle, much of their talent.
Mm-hmm.
I just find it hard. I mean, the success that Seattle's had has been Russell Wilson, with the exception of sneaking into that Super Bowl that we beat them in Super Bowl 40. So it's going to be so weird to see. And like I said, I understand he wouldn't be playing maybe a snap or two in this game, but it's just going to be so weird to watch a Seattle Seahawks team that is Russell Wilsonless.
It is too, and you're gonna have what, Geno Smith and oh God, I forget the other quarterback, because that's how Drew Lock are going to be their two big quarterbacks duking it out.
Yeah,
and then on our side, no Ben whatsoever.
Yeah.
So no Russ, no Ben. You're gonna have Mitch Trubisky, Pickett, Rudolph. It's like a who's who of you don't want to be your starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Really is what it is at this point in their career.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. It's football. It's Steelers.
You kind of anticipate the first three plays just because, like I said, you get to see your favorites out there. But, after learning what preseason is, as we did as younger people, you appreciate all the stuff that comes after those three snaps. And you're learning these young people, you're learning these free agents that we sign.
Yep.
And it gives you something to get excited about. Let's say that I don't know if I remember pronouncing his name right. He's that DB from Dallas, that K-A-Z.
I still don't know who the heck we're talking about.
I guess he's a pretty decent ball hawk back there.
Yeah.
And you see a guy like that pick a ball off and take it back for six.
Yeah.
Just things like that are things that get you excited in preseason games. The score can be a 20-point difference. However, a pick six is just, like I said, it's just seeing these guys that you're not real familiar with, and you're able to see what they can do. And like I said, they make big plays. It's really exciting.
I forgot. It's DeMonte Kazee.
Yeah, Kazee.
Yeah, once I saw his name written down, I was like, yeah, I remember we talked about him. Yeah, I can't wait to because there's gonna be a lot of interesting position battles.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Because right now you have Devin Bush and Spillane listed as first team inside linebackers on their side, on the left inside linebackers, because Miles Jack's on the right. So it's going to be very interesting for some of those battles. It's going to George Pickens, is he just a training camp wonder, or is it going to translate into the field?
Right.
That's what I'm waiting to see. Hopefully he gets some good reps, and I can't wait.
He leads the team in receptions and reception touchdowns in preseason. However, Calvin Austin leads the team in yards.
Wait. This right here is why the pretend media should not be at training camp, because that's all they are talking about. No one cares. I don't care who has the most catches, who has the highest completion percentage in practice.
I find it a bit intriguing, Mike, for the reason is, it is Pickens, it is Austin. I want to start seeing, names of guys that we're familiar with. Where are they at in the pack?
Claypool, Freiermuth, Najee, they all have little nagging injuries that are keeping that they're being precautionary, held out of practice. So you're getting more of these younger guys in there.
So these two guys are the only two catching balls in practice.
Oh yeah, when your top two receivers and your top tight end are out. Because after that, dude, the depth chart for receivers goes, we got Cody White, Miles Boykin, Steven Sims, Anthony Miller, Tyler Vaughn, Javon McKinley. Who are these people?
I heard that White guy's out too. That
Gunner,
yeah.
Yeah. So
wrist, maybe.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a bunch of right now. I don't put a whole lot of stock into training camp numbers, because who's out there what quarterback's out there, what receivers catching from which quarterback, stuff like that. What O-line's out there, what team of defense is out there. To me, that stuff matters.
What matters to me is we're roughly 104 hours away, Mike, 104 hours away from the very first preseason game of the year for the Steelers, and it's just I can't explain enough how excited I am that every week now we have football to look forward to, and during the week while you're looking forward to football, you have other football, and it's just I love it. This is what I've been waiting for, man.
Me too, because like once the games start back up this weekend, it's football. Football every weekend till the Super Bowl. And I can't wait until we start losing, and I start losing my mind because I tell myself I'm not going to, and next thing you know, Mike's flipping out over stupid little. Oh, I'm already getting fired up of it. I can feel my blood pressure rising, anticipating things that are going to go wrong instead of anticipating things that are going to go well.
I
can't wait.
Man.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I just want to see Najee just bowl people over.
Yeah.
I want to see Pickens just, show why people like unnamed scouts are saying that he would have been the number one receiver in the draft if he didn't get hurt last year.
Right.
I want to see if he can actually live up to that hype, and I want to see if that training camp, what's happening in practice, carries over to the game, and who has better games than practices. That's what I want to see. Like, who's a game player and who's a practice player.
Absolutely, man.
Because I'm of that philosophy of you can be ho-hum in practice, but if you go out into the field and you dominate, to me that matters more than dominating in practice and having ho-hum games. Because not everyone keys themselves up for practice. Not everyone needs to give their all in practice.
No, yeah, you're right. I
can't wait.
I think we couldn't have really asked for a better draft this year, Mike. Every draft pick that we had, I'm excited to see from top to bottom. I really am. I mean, you look at his receivers. You obviously Kenny. You look at the defensive linemen. You see couple people that came over and from free agency. I'm just super excited, man. This time of year really does something to me. It's almost the same effect I think that people have leading into Christmas time.
Yeah,
you just have that. There's a feeling that comes with it, and I get that this time of year.
I was watching. Speaking of the Jets, they had Jets footage. It was Big Jordan Davis at practice, just taking a center for a ride, just slid him down like he was like a child. And that could have been our new nose tackle.
Where is he at? I forget.
The Jets. He could have been our number one draft pick. He could have been our just plug in the middle. Then you still have the draft going the way it went. I would have preferred that much better.
I tell you what,
much more.
You gotta and only because I said I'm only following these Jets by kind of like by default, but you gotta kind of like what they're doing with their defense, man. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
You bring in a Jordan Whitehead. I mean, this guy's all over the place. Obviously, the big bear that you just talked about, and these are just two off the top of my head. I can remember the Jets making moves all season, but the thing is, they kind of fall into the Browns category in that sense. No matter what they do, they don't really ever get good. So that's going to be interesting to me as well. Just again from a team that I'm kind of passively, accidentally following.
It's weird how that happens throughout the year, because I tend to happen that too, where like I end up following just the second team.
I do that, yeah. I usually do that too for some, like you said, for no reason, really. You just do.
Yeah.
So I think
I misspoke. Jordan Davis went 13, not 20.
I think that's going to be my team this year. Then I'm just going to stick with the Jets. They're going to be my alternative team.
They're like when I play Madden, like the last season, they were like my alternate team that I would play because they were that bad. But they also had like some good young players on there.
Right. There's a guy I went to school with. Every once in a while on social media, on Facebook, matter of fact, he plays Tecmo Super Bowl. And he posts, like the line, the statistics and everything like that. And I find myself enjoying when he does this. I like to read what like the running back did, what the receivers did. I really miss me some Tecmo Bowl, man.
Like Tecmo Bowl back in the day was the shit.
and he plays that one that had the Steelers. So that must have been the Super Tecmo Bowl, because I remember the regular Tecmo Bowl didn't have the Steelers.
Yeah, I
Which
think
in
it
the
was.
80s, that was fine because nobody wanted to be the Steelers in the 80s.
No, God, no, because that team was just terrible. Like,
We
god-awful, atrocious.
We have all, we're going to be talking all Steelers on Friday. On Friday, I do believe, Mike. That'll be our game to get primed up and get ready for the big game on Saturday. I'm excited, dude.
I can't wait. It's going to be.
I can't either. Like I said, it's almost like being a kid wanting to peek at the Christmas presents, and you know.
I want it so bad I can taste it.
We have at the end of the month. I'm still ironing things out, but we do, Mike. Our finale is going to be at the volleyball Super
I can't
Bowl
wait for that.
At the Whitethorn Lodge in New Galley, Darlington area here in Western PA.
I can't wait.
I writing back and forth with our with our connection.
Mm-hmm.
She said she cannot wait. She's so excited for us to do this show, Mike.
Me too. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a blast because when she was on here, we had a blast.
Yeah.
And just imagine if like everyone else is just as cool as she was, how badass that show is gonna be. And if anyone who's listening has not seen that episode, listen to that episode, check it out. It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify. Go check it out. Episode 5. Thank you. I knew you'd get to it if I kept meandering long enough. But yeah, listen to that one, especially like right before we have that episode out.
I can't wait to do the I guess the follow-up episode would be the start of the next season would be season 3. So I can't wait to come back after we switch seasons over and talk, just between us two here in the studio.
Yeah.
And really get into this nudist place, because I think that it's gonna, uncover plenty of things to talk about and much material for the show.
It will too. And just from the conversation we had with Ebony when she was on, how like stuff that we learned, and there were still, like she said, there's like still more stuff to learn about the whole lifestyle and just the whole volleyball tournament that they have out there. I'm excited. Quick note, the defensive tackle I was talking about was Devontae Wyatt. That's the one who I wanted the Steelers draft since we couldn't get big Jordan Davis. Yeah, Devontae Wyatt, and he's having a great camp up in Green Bay. I always get those two confused. I forgot he was the one who went later in the draft. I wanted to clear that up because me, I am all about being accurate when I can be accurate, or just talking out my ass because I don't care. Because the only person who's going to fact check me is you and Karen when she emails in.
That's true. She does. She keeps an eye on you, man.
She does too. I appreciate it, Karen. I'm lost without you.
I got a couple things here, Mike, to kind of round out the episode. I threw together a couple last minute ideas.
Okay.
So I do want to do this here. No. You want to participate in something a little edgy, Mike, or do you want to go into the safe thing that I have prepared here?
Let's do edgy.
You want to do edgy?
Yeah.
We'll do both.
Okay.
So you want to start with edgy?
Yeah.
All right. You got to play by the rules then.
Okay.
All right. So as everybody knows, our top 3 viewer getters for the two Dum Yinzers over the first 2 seasons was Ebony. Ebony got loads. She got loads of views on our show. We absolutely love Ebony, and she was who we were just talking about.
Yes.
We were talking about the nudist column. The second most viewed episodes as a guest, as we spoke of the other week, was Casey. The TikTok star, Mike. She's been on the show plenty of times. She's doing great things in the TikTok world, the digital creator world, getting a lot of people to follow her, a lot of fans. And finally, the third person, Mike, the third person is Aurora Snow. Everybody knows Aurora Snow, especially if you're guys from our age. Aurora Snow she was an adult actress, a porn star, if you will. She was, I think, 2001, 2003. She was the female adult star actress of the year. And she comes up third on the list, Mike, of all the people that we had come on the show that drew views.
Yeah.
So 1 was Ebony, 2 was Casey, and 3 was Aurora Snow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Three pretty beautiful, amazing women, if you ask me. Now here's the catch, Mike. You played this game before.
I know where this is going.
You have to do one, you have to marry one, and you have to kill one. Go.
Oh God.
Hey, you wanted edgy, man. I could.
I know. Okay, so we're gonna do Aurora Snow.
Do Aurora. Good pick. Hold on. Don't say. I gotta get the cheer on because yes.
Yay!
Okay. So we are doing Aurora Snow. Mike is doing Aurora Snow. Hence the casting couch in the background. Isn't any surprise that Mike picked Aurora Snow to do. Okay. So now we have who we're gonna marry and who we're gonna kill. Who we're gonna marry and who we're gonna kill out of our final 2 top all-time views.
See, both of them, the remaining 2, have both great outgoing personalities.
Right.
Where I am more reserved when I'm not on the show. I feel like they would drag me through life kicking and screaming. But I would have to say I would marry Ebony because I think she would get me to do more in life.
You would marry Ebony.
Yeah, and poor Casey. I'm sorry, Casey.
You would kill. You would strangle in her sleep.
I would freeze her in carbonite, so she wouldn't be dead.
You would murder our friend in the middle of the night just to complete this game. I see. So
yeah, I just think like I can see Casey getting tired of my BS, whereas Ebony would just be like, both of them would be like, no, we're not doing that. But I think she would.
So let me give everybody a review here at home that's playing along.
And this was a tough one. It was a tough one.
I saved this for a rainy day. Today's a rainy day. So we asked Mike the 3 best, most view getters on the show as far as guest goes. 1 was Ebony. 2, the nudist. 2 was Casey, the TikTok girl, and 3rd finally was Aurora Snow, the porn star. And Mike chose that he would do the porn star. He would marry Ebony, the nudist, and he would kill Casey.
Have you seen that? It's like that old Wesley Snipes movie where he's like ready to kill like one of his friends and he's crying. That's what it would be like.
Yeah,
I'd be crying, tears.
I respect the fact that you played the game. I thought this out. I thought it could go many ways. You could try to get yourself out of it. You could try to deflect. But you know what? You took it on. You took it on. You handled it with balls. I don't know how I would have answered it. I really I look up to you for that. But now let's test Mike, because everybody wants to know. This was sent in by a viewer, and they want to know, is Mike more emotional or logical? So I'm going to ask you these questions, Mike, and at the end, the program will tally up what you said, and I will tell you if you are a more emotional or a logical person, and then I'll tell you how I scored after. Okay, so answer honestly, because I did as well. Okay. I just did it to get familiar with the test.
Okay.
And like I said, I will then expose how my test came out.
All right.
So there's roughly a dozen questions here, so this can't take all day. First question is, which way, Mike, do you hang your toilet paper? Do you hang it with the paper back against the wall, or do you hang it with the paper on the outside facing you, the flap?
I do both.
You do both.
I do both.
And like I said, don't just try to answer because you're trying. Just you know.
I honestly, it's like however it goes on there, it goes on there. That's not fair because I do both. Let's say
Tomorrow for the tough quiz, quantum physics.
Right? Oh, I hate that one. We'll say it to the wall.
You like the toilet paper piece being back near the wall?
Sure, why not? To the windows,
Okay.
to the walls. Sweat drip down my balls.
All right, so we got that. Now, number 2. What does the H in IMHO stand for? Does it stand for honest or humble? The H in IMHO in computer text, the
Honest.
Honest. Good. All right. Next one.
Oh no, it should have been humble.
It doesn't matter. There's no right answer, dude.
Okay.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
That definitely made me laugh as I was going through them the first time. Because I knew you were gonna get that pineapple one.
It's so good.
Is it gross to pee in the shower, Mike? Is it gross to pee in the shower?
No.
Number 5. Mike, where do you store your ketchup? Do you store it in the refrigerator or the cabinet?
Refrigerator.
You were storing the refrigerator, not out on the
It tastes
counter,
better.
not in the cabinet, not in
No.
your bedroom, right there in the refrigerator.
Right there, refrigerator. Tastes better.
All right. You ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
What's better? Showering in the morning or showering at night? Again, no wrong answers. Just interpreting your answer.
Damn, man, they're both good. Morning.
Morning showers?
Yep. I can't get through the day dirty.
All right. Which pets are better, cats or dogs?
Cats. So chill. They're just so cool.
All right. Next question. I'm going to spell a word. You tell me how you pronounce it. Tomato.
Tomato.
All right. Now this this next one almost made it too good to be true for the show. You really couldn't have written a better question than this next one for our show. After using the toilet, Mike, do you wipe sitting down or standing up? I kid you not. You can't make it up.
That is great. Sitting down.
All right.
Because I'm normal.
All right. Let's see where we're at here.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right.
Which of these responses to a text feels the most genuine? Which of these 2 responses to a text feels the most genuine? Ha ha, HAHA, or LOL? Laughing out loud.
Most genuine?
Yes.
Haha.
Ha is most genuine to you?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let me see. We got much left. When you're having cereal, do you put the milk in first or do you put the cereal in first?
Cereal first.
I don't know, what are you, a fucking psychopath?
Right? Who puts the milk in first? Because you don't know how much milk you need.
Yeah. That's one of the yes. Those people have no control over their lives.
No. It's haphazardly living through life.
Yeah. I mean, if they're like that with their milk, how are they gonna do with everything else?
Yes. I can't trust people like that.
Finally, last question, Mike. Should a hot dog be considered a sandwich? Yes or no?
No.
A hot dog is not a sandwich.
Not sandwich.
All right. Let's calculate. Let's calculate our answers here.
Calculating, tabulating, counting. It's the computer using its fingers and toes to tabulate my results.
You know, I'm reading the first few answers, the comments at the bottom. If you put milk before cereal, you could go somewhere. This is the worst thing to do to your food. Putting milk before the cereal, Mike.
Exactly.
Only psychopaths put their milk in first.
This is true. It's damn true.
Well, it comes back that you are a logical person, Mike.
Yes.
You're more logical than you are a emotional person.
Yes.
Which I would have guessed that. I think that I could have honestly made that call.
Yeah. Like there are times though where I get too emotional when I should be logical.
Right.
But that's like everyone's like that.
Right.
Right. But yes, I am very logical.
But I took it prior to coming on the show. I was emotional. Surprise.
Sure, right? Yeah.
But that's what keeps the two Dum Yinzers world spinning around.
It does. It does. I have to pull you back in, and you have to push me out the box.
That's very true.
We're like two little crabs trying to get in and out of the box, in and out of the box, in and out of the pan.
Mike, you are a logical person according to this test, and I mean this is top scientists around the world.
It is too. Yeah. Like
don't take this test too lightly, everybody. I hope you played along at home.
Mm-hmm.
And where you stood.
Yeah. Did this come from CERN?
Yeah, I don't know. See, I thought a hot dog should be a sandwich.
No.
I like my cereal in first.
Yeah.
I liked LOL. I thought that was more genuine. I stand when I wipe. I also pronounce tomato instead of tomato. I chose cats as well.
Who wouldn't?
I like the morning shower.
Yep.
I keep my ketchup in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
It's not gross to pee in the shower.
No, it's natural.
I selected, I would have probably chose different back in the day, but I've had pineapple pizza thanks to Mike. So I chose yes. I mean, it wasn't, I don't understand why people say it's nasty. It's not nasty.
It's so good. Works well with the sauce. It works well with, like, it all depends on the sauce.
What does the H stand for? In my honest opinion, I also chose honest.
Mm-hmm.
And the toilet paper you have on the white hat in the front. So there you have it. I mean, you've seen the differences in the areas that Mike and I answered. And I landed on the emotional side of the fence where Mike landed on the logical side of the fence. So Mike is logically going to tell us about the website now.
No. 2dumyinzers.com. The number 2, DUMYINZERS. It's right there on Ryan's screen. You can see it. Head on over there. We have links to Spotify, YouTube, our email address on there, so you can keep emailing us questions, comments, concerns, topics, feet pics.
Please continue
that I can post.
To do that. We thank you so much.
Yes, we do.
So much for tuning in every day.
Yes.
You know that we are on every Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. over on YouTube, and we upload the show in podcast form, all audio, over on Spotify at 8 p.m. So if you just like to listen, go check us out over there. Mike, do you have anything before we take off, man?
I have nothing. Today was fun. I talked a lot of sports.
We covered a lot, man. We want to, like I said, we want to thank everybody. This is for Mike, Ryan. Oh, and Casey, watch your back because Mike would kill you. Have a great